Let's look at how to pronounce vowel ah, as in caught law. It's almost as open as the ah vowel, but it has some lip rounding. So the ah is like an ah with lip rounding. The other tricky thing about this vowel is it has a lot of different ways that it's spelled. So let's break it down. We'll get the sounds, the spelling, the accent error patterns to watch out for, common words it's in, and help you to be able to feel confident saying this vowel ah, as in caught law. So it's a mid-back rounded vowel, and the symbol for it is this. I often visualize it as AW like we have in law or saw, because that spelling, the AW, doesn't typically say any other sounds. So if that's helpful for you, you can visualize it that way. Unfortunately, this vowel has many, many different spellings in English. So it also has O like in dog or coffee, AU like in taught or caught, OU like in thought, or A like in wash or want. So you can't always find this vowel just based on looking at the letters for it. It's really helpful to have a set of words that you know have the ah vowel and to compare them, to use them together. I call it caught law because those are two common words that have the sound and two of the spellings that we use. But having something as an anchor to be able to compare your word to see if you hear that ah sound can be helpful. Looking at what errors can happen, a lot of times errors happen on this vowel because of how it's spelled and also because you may not have an ah in your native language. There is also something to be aware of that some regions of the US have gotten rid of this vowel. It has merged together with the ah vowel. And so one recommendation I have is if you struggle with the ah, work on the ah sound, and you can substitute the ah for the ah in many words and you'll be understood. You'll sound like a native speaker. It's an acceptable pronunciation. What you want to avoid is going too closed or rounded and using something more like an O, either the round O from your native language or the diphthong O that slides in American English. In some words, if you're too open with an ah, it may sound a little bit strange, dog instead of dog. But again, in some regions of the US, that's an acceptable pronunciation. So if you have this error pattern, I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you want to establish the ah vowel, the difference between the ah and the ah, like in hot, is that the ah is completely unrounded and the ah is a little more closed and has lip rounding. I will also sometimes hear people substitute the British aw for this vowel, aw, which is more open and further back in the throat. You don't have this vowel in American English. And then sometimes maybe you might be using something like ow if you see a spelling like this, because the AU in your native language would be like an ah and an oo, ow. And in American English, in this case, this is just a simple ah vowel, not a sliding vowel. So a lot of different errors happen because of how these words are spelled, because of the lack of having this ah sound in your language. I do, as I mentioned, like practicing with two-word phrases, like I caught the dog. I'm going to pause my thought. Let's wash the dog. I thought I had coffee. The law says that we need to be taught the law. For this vowel, awareness is really key. So one thing that I suggest is check out my online course on speechmodification.com, our Sounds of English course, where I'm going to give you a comprehensive list of words that have the ah vowel, and then also just having a way to visualize this vowel so that you know when the spelling is very different. You can think about the word dog, for example. If this is helpful for you, to think of the ah as being AW, you can visualize dog as dog in your mind, or thought as thought, because we do have the word thaw, same vowel as in thought. A way of picturing so that you know what vowel you're trying to use, as well as then shaping that vowel correctly. Thanks for practicing with me today, and you can get more help for all of the vowels here on our Sounds of English playlist on our channel. I hope this helped you with the ah vowel.